last time I saw you was maybe at Woody Fest?
Woody Fest.
Probably,
Yeah. Yeah.
And we've gotten a ton of compliments on our cover, by the way.
Oh,
Good.
yes.
Thank you. That was such a fun shoot.
Well, come on up to the mic. Yeah, let's talk about it. Summer Magazine, you guys, here, hold that up there for Facebook Live. Yeah. You all were awesome to do it, first of all.
It was an honor.
Well, I know when I first texted you, you thought I was awesome. And Sarah's little sketch that we sent.
I saved the sketch. It's saved to my computer now. Your beautiful stick figure drawing of all of us.
Yes, I can't take credit for that. That was all Sarah.
Well, here's the deal. It was so funny, and I'm laughing at you guys at home, and I didn't really get what you were driving at, and so I just thought you were, being goofy. So I'm like, okay, well that's cool. So then when you messaged me back and we're like, are we gonna do this? I'm like, oh dude, she was serious. Okay, yeah, sure, we'll do this.
And then it was like, well, who can take the picture? And I had in mind from the get-go that it was probably going to be Sarah Barker Hune.
Yeah.
And then when you're like, yeah, well, Sarah might, and Sarah then we had like this multiple chat going on with everybody, and everyone was so great. I really wished I could have been there
It was a lot of fun.
for the photo shoot.
Because
it had to be.
We were dodging raindrops. And,
Yeah, because we'd had all sorts of rain.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And you did great with coming up with the outfits. You had some other photos that were really good, and I always hate it when I have to choose.
Is your favorite the one with the maracas?
Yes, the one that didn't make
The
the
one that
publication,
didn't make it in the
but is in my
publication.
file. But it was interesting to find out the one that ended up as the cover shoot was like when you guys were doing That's a Wrap.
Yeah.
That was the very last
The
The
picture.
very last picture. And Cassie and Chad in his socks.
I know, right?
And Cassie and the parasol. That's your parasol, though. Isn't
Yes.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it a hoot working with Cassie?
Man,
we love working with
why do you
Cassie.
think we keep her around? She's just joy to have around, man.
She's so funny. I love Cassie too. And
She could definitely make a go at a comedic circuit, for sure.
Couldn't she, though?
I definitely, her stories are not only captivating, but hilarious.
absolutely.
We're talking about you, Cassie.
Yes. And did you? I know you must have seen her recent Target song, "The Sounds of Target."
Yes,
Yeah.
I think Target needs to pick that up
they should.
and pay her big bucks.
Big
I mean,
bucks.
that's huge marketing right there.
It is. But the story itself, which thank you for helping me with that. I found out that Amy is never for a loss of words.
I'm going to try and be better about not sending you novels for your articles. I can't help it, though. I get going, and I
Well,
like
thank
words.
goodness, because Austin never sent me a dadgum thing.
No,
Oops.
Uh-huh.
No, see, so I send in
You
double.
made up for it.
Yeah. Somebody's got to cover him, too.
But it was, I found that Joseph Campbell quote to get
him.
me going. Love is a friendship set to music.
Uh-huh.
And you guys all have a great friendship.
Mhm.
And you can feel the love in your music. So,
Thank you.
it seemed, and for each other. And I love this picture, too.
That's one of my favorites.
Isn't she just the cutest?
She is cute. And so is Cassie.
Oh, no.
I do kind of want to know what Austin was whispering in her ear,
That's my
though.
secret to keep.
Yeah. Show that one. Yeah. This picture up here.
Right here, where I'm telling a secret.
Yeah.
I think you were actually just leaning in to kiss the side of my face, and that's where
Yeah,
you got caught.
Yeah, but we can let the crowd think that.
Oh, okay, I'm
telling
sorry.
you
Did I mess it up?
Spoiler
a
alert.
deep, meaningful secret.
Yes.
It's funny.
Because it looks like Cassie's going, oh, I heard that. And And then Chad. I'm sorry Chad couldn't be here today.
We're
We are
always
too.
sorry.
We love our Chad.
Yeah.
I know, but he's got that day job thing.
Yeah.
And aren't he and Lori getting ready to go on a trip or something?
Dirty Birds are going to Destin for a week without us, and I'm kind of,
Yeah.
I'm sitting here shivering under my blanket and going, y'all are jerks.
But
You
we
should
love
take me.
anyway.
We still love them very, very deeply so.
Yeah.
They deserve it. I mean, seriously, between both of their jobs and the football team worth of grandkids and kids that they've got, and they're
Yes.
constantly doing stuff with them, and they're constantly covered in kids.
They're nonstop.
Yeah.
Chad wakes up at 5 in the morning and goes to bed at 11 at night, and
I know I can message him or
He has to be at
comment or
work at 5 in
something,
the morning. I don't know.
and you know, as soon as he sees it,
Which is instantly, because he always has his phone. That phone's pretty well glued to his hand, unless he's got a drumstick in it.
you're right. Well, we love you guys, and we're glad you're here.
We're glad to be here.
The other pictures, there were several that went right along with Sarah's drawing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But I love this one of you and Cassie. I mean,
Yeah, it's a great shot.
it is because it exudes that feeling of she really is your soul sister.
She
Yeah,
is.
Sisterhood right there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
she is. I don't ever want to be without that girl. I love her so much. She gives me the happies.
I'm happy.
She gives me the happies.
Yeah. By the way, I love your hair.
Thank
I
you.
never know what your hair's gonna look like.
Me either. Seriously, I don't. I sat down this morning and I'm like, are we gonna fix it or not? Nope, just kind of smooth out the lumps. We're good.
Well, if you can teach me how to smooth out some lumps, I got some others.
Girl, if I could figure that out, you know how rich I'd be?
You would be one wealthy woman, wouldn't you?
I'd look good too.
Now you had a little job change. You're more independent now.
I am completely working from home now, which has its
good news, bad news.
It's, you know, yeah. I live in holey leggings and ratty t-shirts, and I may not brush my hair for a week because I don't go outside unless it's Reese's, and I don't care what I look like in Reese's. So, you know, but I found that I'm quite domestic.
Oh.
And
Oh,
so
Betty
I don't
Crocker
mind that
over
part
here.
of it. You know, I do a lot of cooking and
She's good at it too.
I'm good at it. I like it. So it's nice in a lot of ways, and in a lot of other ways I feel like I'm really isolated.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. And you're kind of a social bunny.
Kinda. I'm one of those introverted, extroverted people. I'm good
I
to going
get
out
that.
there till I'm done, and then nope.
Yeah,
Gotta go.
you know, it's hard when you are in the public eye
Mhm.
in some way. And
Who's in the pub? Who are you talking about?
You don't want to people.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we became musicians, so we could hide on the stage
Yeah,
It
and
is.
have
that's
that
true.
barrier from the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's real interesting like that. You would think that's just utterly terrifying being up there in front of all those people, but in a crowded bar, it's actually a very safe space because nobody can get to me or bother me. I'm busy.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But I need a lot of quiet and refuel time, and you know.
And that's hard to get because when you're out and you're performing, not only are you giving out energy, but you're collecting energy.
And both of us are pretty hardcore empaths, and that can be a real hassle at home too. Because if one of us
Oh,
is,
yeah.
it just
I feel
rolls
something
off.
coming off of you. What is that? Where
Yeah.
are you okay? What's wrong
up?
over there?
It can't hide squat.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, you're right. That energy exchange can really take a toll on you.
Right.
Depending on what the energy in the room is.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
and that's my point. And being an empath,
Mhm.
if you don't know what that is, look it up.
Google's your friend.
Right. Because you do, and you have to have that time to process.
Yeah.
And
Deflate the little.
get rid of some of that.
Decompress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you also work from home.
Well,
Sorta.
I'm an electrician.
Yeah.
And I work for a 40-year master electrician out of Tulsa.
So if anybody needs some electrical work done,
Yes, I am taking jobs.
okay.
I will schedule you in.
You can go to DNA Electrical Tulsa on Facebook.
Please do.
Yeah. And say, hey, I want that Austin.
If
We're
you
running
can't-
specials.
If you can't find that and you message me on the band page, I'll get you directed to Austin.
I know you will because you can't hide anything from him if you want to.
I do thoroughly enjoy the freedom of kind of, I'm working for Dave, but we're more like buddies and partners, and it's not so much boss employee
Yeah.
thing going on.
But it gives you flexibility to
Lots
do
of
your
flexibility.
Yep.
Which-
You kind of have to learn when to eat steak and when to eat beans.
Amen to that, man. Being
'Cause it's-
self-employed. Woo!
You get your slow times and the phone doesn't ring for a week,
It's-
and you
It's
Yeah.
like, okay, well, where's the ramen noodles?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's being weak. But yeah, being self-employed is really, really great in the freedom and flexibility that you have. But we don't have health insurance.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a big.
that one hurts.
That one hurts
Can't
a
afford
lot because
Nope.
we're
Yeah.
both 40.
Make too much money for assistance and not enough to buy
Right.
our own.
And
Right there with you, brother.
yeah, and
A lot of
there's
people are.
and
Yeah.
then there's not the guarantee of that paycheck that week. But by the same token, we can get out there and really, 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 really hustle,
True.
or we can
And get ahead.
Or you can starve.
or if we've had a really good week, we can back off a little bit.
Yeah.
So that kind of flexibility, and especially, I feel, but for me, the older I get, man, you can't.
Yeah, if we want to go to Woody Fest for a week, we can.
Yeah.
We can.
We can do that.
Yeah.
We don't. Yeah, we don't have to have
It
doctor's
works
note or-
beautifully with the music. For
Right.
Sure.
And as musicians, you need that. You need
that flexibility is
flexibility.
important. Yeah.
Now, has it also helped the creativity? Do you find that you have more time to?
Yes and no.
Okay.
At some times it does kind of feel like it opens the door to a little more creativity, having that freedom. But at other times, your mind is on the 4 different jobs you got going, or
Right.
the 4 different clients you're talking to, and so you get a little bit of overwhelming kind of feeling there. Too,
Yeah, when you work
sometimes.
for yourself, you can't come home and leave your job behind
Right.
at the office.
Right.
It's there. It's always there.
I'll get done with the job and I'll come home and go sit at the table and break out all my invoices and everything and work for another hour or 2, sometimes 3 hours.
Right.
Sitting at the table in the music room.
Yeah.
For me, he's out of the house more, out in the world more. For me, that's one of the drawbacks right now is the isolation.
Yeah.
Because in order to be creative and in order to have thoughts, to be able to write songs, you have to have experiences.
Yeah.
And laundry and dishes and making a week worth of sausage biscuits doesn't
sausage
really
biscuits.
make for good songwriting material.
No,
I don't
And
know. You might get a sausage song out of it.
I do. I make my own yogurt, but that's not great songwriting inspiration. So for me, I worry about the isolation that I experience and the fact that I'm not so much out in the world, talking to people and doing things, because then my introvert nature gets a harder hold because
Yeah.
I'm home. And you want me to put a bra on and shoes and jeez. So yeah, I do worry about that, and I think, man, no, I need to be out. I need to go do something today. I don't have anything I need to do, but maybe you should just get in the car and go find something to do.
Yeah.
You're
But
good at that,
today
though.
you're
You do
here.
that.
Today I'm
are.
here.
Loving
Yay.
Loving this Friday.
We're here with Austin and Amy from And Then There Were Two. Right now we're going to listen to a little news and no music because they're going to provide us with some in just a little bit.
Woohoo!
You're listening to Home with Cush Girls, 1600 KUSH Cushing. Awesome.
You've got a whole fat book of limericks?
Oh.
Girl.
I know.
That ain't right.
Some of them ain't right.
I'm sure. I love it.
Sarah brought me this. Yeah.
That's so.
But it's great.
It's awesome.
I like it. almost as much as I like you guys.
Aw.
I've been looking forward to having you guys back.
We've been looking forward to it.
We always love it here.
Yeah.
We hate to show up without at least one new tune. So I'm glad we have one this time.
Well, that's good. But it's been long enough. I mean, how long has it been since you've been here? I mean, it's been months and months.
Yeah, it really has. It's
Yeah.
been way too long.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Don't remember.
Oh,
Spring.
here we go. Here with Austin and Amy from And Then There Were Two. The only thing missing
Hey.
is Chad, but we love you, Chad.
We love you, Chad.
Chad.
We miss you.
Yeah. Oh, was it? Okay, Chad's liner was right before. I love his because at the very end, what he says, thank you very much. When he says the Kush liner.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you're here in spirit, Chad.
That's right.
Even
always.
though you're working. So how's it been going? I've been seeing you've been playing quite a bit, haven't you?
We've been playing
Yeah.
a fair amount, yeah.
Yeah.
To me, it doesn't feel like we've been playing enough, but evidently we have.
Yeah. We've been pulling some gigs.
Yeah.
Well, you don't
Just
ever
means
wanna,
we're having fun.
you don't ever
Right.
want to saturate, one spot.
Oversaturated.
So
Yeah, and trying to get out there to
Yeah, we're
Right.
trying to kind of branch out a little bit. We're getting some more outlying gigs. Yeah, we played Missouri,
we played in Web City
Web City,
at
Cool.
66 Bar.
DC in the Big Rig.
Man,
Shout
that
out.
was fun.
Yeah.
That was so fun.
We love those boys.
Yeah.
They're awesome human beings.
It's one of those things. Intellectually, I always know how good those boys are, but then when I sit down to watch them, it's like I'm blown away afresh and anew every
Yeah.
time. I love it.
Mind blown again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just had the opportunity to go to the old church concert with John
Oh, yeah.
Cowan from Newgrass. He was in Newgrass Revival
Mhm.
back,
Uh-huh.
and talk about
That
an
Perkins?
amazing band, huh?
Is that the church where
Yeah,
in Perkins?
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You know, Monica's deal.
Mhm,
Uh-huh.
mhm.
It was a rescheduled show.
We would love to get in on that, Monica.
You know, they're not going to have any shows, I think, until spring.
Yeah.
But they might have some specials, so, you
All right.
know. Hey, Monica.
have. We love Monica too.
Oh, yeah. But that was an awesome show. And our friend Jared Tyler happened to be there.
Man,
too,
any
play.
show
Huge
Jared
fans of
Tyler
Jared Tyler.
plays is a good show. In
yeah.
fact, he's playing the Shrine Saturday night with his band, and we're like, we really want to go. My
Try to make
dad's
it
in
happen.
town. I'm going to see if I can take my dad. My dad will love
Oh.
Jared.
Oh, yeah. Did you happen to see him at Woody Fest? Him with his
No,
band?
we didn't.
And
we? No,
the
we didn't.
organ player?
No, we missed it.
Oh my gosh, I hadn't seen him before, and it was just amazing. How much fun is it for you to get to go see other people? Because as musicians, you don't always get to see
It's wonderful.
your friends.
It's absolutely wonderful. We love it.
When we do
the
get to go,
opportunity.
it's great. It's fellowship and inspiration and when our friends succeed, it makes me exceedingly happy.
Yeah.
I just
Mhm.
proud.
And that's what's cool overall. And I know there are areas that this is not always true, but overall, I think that at least the groups of musicians that we see really do support one another.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'd
And-
say there's
and-
a lot more support than negative.
Than the negative.
And it is unusual,
Yeah.
the kind of camaraderie and supportiveness that is in the Oklahoma music scene. I think it is unusual.
Yeah.
But it's also, I feel like it's pretty unusual, the high level of talent we have around here.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Man, when you can go to hear your friends, your local musicians, and as a musician sit there and just be
Jaw hit the floor.
jaw hit
Yeah.
the floor, it is so inspired. How lucky are we? I don't think other places have that.
I don't either.
know.
I can't imagine.
Maybe I just think we're cooler than the rest
No,
of
I
the
think
world.
we are
and I'm-
cooler.
I'm stuck in my little Oklahoma echo chamber where everybody's awesome.
Well, speaking of music, how about playing a little something?
we
for
can
us this
we can play
morning?
something.
Do that. Imagine.
Yeah.
What are you going to do for us?
You want to do
What
the
do you
new
want?
one?
We can do the new one. You want to warm up with the new one?
I guess so.
Let's
I mean,
warm up
with the
just
new one.
go for it.
Let's go for the gusto.
Alrighty.
This one's called Ghost. Ghosts. How do you pluralize ghost?
Ghostesses.
Ghosts.
Ghosts. Yeah, well, that's perfect the day after Halloween.
It
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
It
I
is,
figured
isn't
it was
it?
fitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're in the process of recording this tune, and
We're recording it with Paul Turner at
Closet
Closet Recording Studios in Ochaleta. He's producing it for us, which is a little different. We've never actually worked with a producer to kind of guide and steer the sound of the song and what goes where, and it's been a really fun process.
Oh, very cool. Alrighty. Well, let's hear it. Austin and Amy from And Then There Were Two.
Thought I saw you standing in the crowd today. I started walking to you. These days I don't see straight. But as I approached you, you suddenly changed into someone I've never met. I guess it's too late to go chasing round ghosts again. Swear I heard you laughing as you crossed the road. I stopped in my tracks and I turned to look back at the faces, but none were you. I get this feeling like you're everywhere I go, but it's too late to go chasing round ghosts again. When I'm chasing ghosts, my past is where I go, hopelessly searching for things that I want to see, answers that never show. The specter of you keeps me in this undertow, watching me, judging me. What have I come to be? I don't even know. Swear I smell the scent of your perfume. So I close my eyes and inhale deep inside, trying hard to recapture you. The memories it conjures just won't let me go, but it's too late to go chasing around those again. When I'm chasing ghosts, my past is where I go, hopelessly searching for things that I want to see, answers that never show. The specter of you keeps me in this undertow, watching me, judging me. What have I come to be? I don't even know. Swear I felt your touch on my shoulder. From the tingle I feel, well, it almost seems real, but I know it just can't be true. I see you, hear you, feel you everywhere I go, but it's too late to go chasing around.
was waiting for again.
Nope. We're
love
just gonna
that
hang everybody out to
song.
dry on that last note.
Well, I've been caught on the Sally song when I thought it was over, and then it wasn't.
Yeah, there are
They're
some
tricky.
there are some things that we kind of consistently use in our songs. I've noticed after 4 years of doing this, and I start looking back and kind of thinking about the common threads in our songs and these
structures and
things that we use, and hanging on the end of something without a resolution is something we enjoy. Catching people like Sweet Sally, it's a thing. I think a little bit.
You didn't really mean for it to be a thing, but when
Not
you look
really.
back, it's like, oh, that's a thing.
Yeah.
It's almost like we did that on purpose.
Yeah.
Now
Maybe
with
now
this
we
song,
will.
with this song we did.
Yeah.
We absolutely said no. We're not resolving that last note.
Ah.
I want to be able to hear a pin drop in the room when we finish that song, because it just, the whole premise of the song is that one person that's so stuck in your head, stuck in your heart, that for whatever reason they're not in your life anymore, but you smell their perfume or cologne on the air, and it just hits you like a ton of bricks, and all of a sudden that sense memory kicks in, or you hear a laugh in a crowd that sounds like
it's
there's
kind of an unresolved feeling anyway.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we want to leave the song with that feeling, that vibe.
Yeah, the specter of that person. It's supposed to unnerve you a little bit. Yeah.
Well, I really like it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're excited about this song. We've got some things in the works for it. Gonna see about putting it out into the wider world, and we're trying to do a little work towards getting our music made available for film and television. I feel like we've got a few songs that might be ripe for that. And
did you meet Stoll Vaughn at Woody Fest?
No. We did not leave the Rocky Road Tavern the entire time we were there, strangely.
I understand why you might not, because that's a great place. But Stoll Vaughn, he's been able to get his songs into various TV shows. And he's done that.
Yeah.
Well, and with the streaming popping up the way it is now and taking over networks, really, and so Netflix and Hulu and Amazon and HBO, they're all searching for music for all of these gazillions of new shows they're popping up.
Right.
So
yeah, we're all about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you even know who to contact?
We're working on it.
Oh, that's what you're working on.
Yeah,
we're working on right now. We're
we're
talking with people and
working with partnering with somebody who knows way more about that than I do. Yeah.
Well, how awesome would that be? I mean, I get excited when I hear you and people I know on the Kush. Like you got to hear your song.
It's so surreal. I can't even tell you what it's like to hear your own voice coming back at you through the radio like that. You're like, oh, that is me.
That is me.
That is me.
Hey, I like that. But I can only imagine how fangirl I'd get if I turn on Netflix and there you guys are. I recognize a song.
I'd lose my mind.
Over it too.
I would absolutely lose my mind if all of a sudden I'm watching. We're sitting there with the Netflix and there we are, and I would probably run out into the street screaming and waving my arms or something.
Check out Netflix right now.
Banging on the neighbor's doors. Of course, Amy Stevens is my neighbor, so she'll bang on her. Girl, turn it on. We're on there. She and Sheree would be right excited with us and dancing in the street. So
now you just moved to a new house, which was another thing that was going on when I asked you to do this photo shoot.
Oh my God, that was a mess.
Yeah.
We were in love with the house we lived in.
Loved.
We were renting it. We were trying to actually purchase it because the lady was in her 80s that owned it. And just out of the blue, we were given a notice in the mail that you got 30 days to vacate.
Your lease is up.
They had a problem with the property management, and her had an issue that, and so when the property management company was to go, we were to go with them.
Right.
Oh.
There's somebody else living in it. We literally moved one block over.
Yeah.
Literally the next street.
Yeah.
I rented a U-Haul. We loaded everything into the U-Haul, drove it around the corner, and unloaded it. It was hilarious.
Well, that worked out.
It did. Well, and this is a little bit bigger house, and we're a little bit house poor right now, but we wanted it, and so
Yeah.
it's got an amazing room
So
for.
if we need electrical work,
Right.
Oh, yeah.
call up Austin. Or let
Taking
us.
calls, giving deals.
It's worth it.
Let's make a deal.
I love this house a whole lot. I would buy it too.
Yeah,
Honestly.
the little bonus room that's in this house, we call it the green room because it is green.
Oh, you copied us.
And we've got all our guitars and everything all over the walls. And
we can fit a whole band in there to rehearse.
it also
nice.
doubles as our office and our dinner eating spot. We have our table in there.
We spend most of our time in that room. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay. Now, do you watch much Netflix? Well, I didn't know it's so funny, but I guess I am.
We watch a
stream all
fair
our
amount
TV.
of stuff. Yeah, our computer is hooked into our television, and so yeah, we've got a couple
Netflix, Amazon,
and a couple of streaming
a
sites.
couple of streaming sites,
Yeah.
movie,
Yeah, all
Yeah.
that
new
stuff.
episodes, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, what do you binge on? What have you binged on lately, Amy?
Well,
We got a list.
we're not really binging on anything right now. We're looking
Kinda
for something
on
new,
top.
but we tend to like a sci-fi. If it's got aliens or people with powers of any sort, or
Galactica, we did Marathon Galactica.
he had never
I
seen
never saw
the
it,
Battlestar
so-
Galactica
Okay.
series. That was the last major series that we marathoned.
It was good. We're kind of nerds.
Yeah, we like nerd TV for sure.
But
Yeah.
we also watch like baking shows, and she's got me into watching
yeah.
baking shows.
Great British Bake Off, Great Canadian Bake Off, MasterChef, MasterChef Canada, MasterChef Australia. I am a super junkie for competitive cooking shows. I don't do Chopped. I don't do like Iron Chef. I don't know, that MasterChef series is especially the
I
Australian.
haven't seen that.
I love it.
I've seen
Austin is really
the British bacon.
Great British Bake
Yeah.
Off, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah.
It's such a bummer when like the souffle falls or whatever.
It's an emotional roller coaster.
I've gotten
It
hit.
is.
You know,
Yeah, I'm on the edge of my seat. Don't you over stirring your eggs,
Yeah.
man. Don't beat the eggs too hard.
They're gonna be rubbery.
You're never gonna whip out of that.
Oh.
it's gonna split. Nope. Oh, yeah. No, what else do we watch?
Have you watched like? Is it Dead to Me?
We did watch
It's
the
off right
country
now, I think.
music thing.
We do,
On PBS.
yeah, we do a lot of
I still
documentaries
haven't
too.
watched all
Oh.
of it.
Honey,
I
you
watched
need to
2
watch
episodes. We've got them all recorded,
it. Good.
but I just haven't
It
sat
was
down.
so.
I know.
good.
What did you bring away from that? I mean, were there things that you didn't know?
Yes.
It enlightened my. Yeah, I had no clue how actual the music, country music, American music. It's all from the same kind of group of people, and the.
Well, one of the things that
Same
struck me
roots.
early was that I didn't realize that, and Rich Carter was it, who was like the first woman country music writer. I mean,
Yeah,
So,
Mama
and the-
Maybell.
Mama
was it
Maybell,
Maybell?
and
I thought
the-
it was a
she came
different.
up with the Carter Scratch too, which
Yeah, I
everybody
mean,
and grandma uses.
yeah, some of that was interesting to me, but I need to revisit. What I really want to do is be able to binge.
You need to be able
like
to binge
from
that.
episode 1.
It's 7
all the way
hours.
through.
I
Yeah.
didn't feel like they spent near enough time with Dolly Parton. I was
No,
disappointed.
They didn't. They did
I
not.
was terribly disappointed that Dolly and Loretta did not get more time. That's all. That was my only real beef about that.
Now, I talked to Byron Verline
Yeah.
about the time it was airing, and I did ask him, and I kind of asked him flippantly, "So are you in it?" And by golly, he was.
Yes.
Yeah. He goes, and it was just, I guess typical Byron. He's like, "Well, yeah, somebody said that I was in it." I'm like, "Oh yeah, somebody said I was in that. Yeah, nobody said I was in it."
Yeah, all these genres of music came out of this like
Totally.
amalgamation of this mesh pot of music that
Yeah.
you know,
I knew we got a lot of it from the slaves.
roots from
Mhm.
Africa.
I knew
Yeah.
there,
Roots.
but I didn't realize just the banjo. They gave us the banjo for crying
Right.
out loud. I had no idea.
Right. Yeah. I know. You know, do you know who Mix Hawk is?
I just saw him
Yeah,
on
he was on here the other
morning.
day
Yeah,
from Russia
Uh-huh.
and talking about, like, he was the first guy in Russia who started dressing like Willie Nelson. You know, and to get a perspective about what it was like country music in Russia,
Right.
you know, it was just kind of interesting to
Yeah, I
hear
didn't get to
that
catch
stuff.
the whole interview, but
We can go back
I
and
did.
watch it.
I did. Yeah, I did
Yeah.
watch, and he's got some
Well,
salty
he could
licks.
have
going.
talked a whole lot more, but we
I know he had some of that salty lick
Yeah.
kind of country blues stuff
Yeah.
going on there.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah, it was, but it was interesting to hear that perspective. You know, being a young man in Russia and in hearing country music for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are here with Austin and Amy from And Then There Were Two. Right now, we're going to break for a little news, but we'll be right back. You're listening to Home with the Cush Girls, 1600 KUSH Cushing. Still on Facebook.
Yep. Don't cuss it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't let
You
them-
saw the look on my face that some kind of diatribe was about to come.
Yeah,
You
don't
for
let
it.
it fly.
I was gonna. Yeah, I was.
All right.